Hey everyone, it's Nicole again. In this video, I just want to answer some frequently asked questions that other people may have, and questions that I've had before I had my ostomy, and questions that I get from people after I've had it. And this one's kind of hard, and it's different for everybody. You really just have to try different products and see which one fits better for you. Most hospitals have contracts with certain companies, so you might not get an option of which one you use for the first time, but after that you can get samples from companies, and I highly recommend it because as some of you may know, I started on Hollister and I still use a few Hollister products, but I use mostly Coloplast now and I absolutely love them. I haven't tried Convatec, but I've just had really good luck with Coloplast, so that's what I'm sticking with. So I have a video here on YouTube on my channel, my last video I think I posted, showing how I change my ostomy bag. It changes and varies depending on what the situation is, if you have a yeast infection or a rash or something. So you can check that out. I'll have that linked in the down bar. I personally change my bag about every 4 days. For a while I changed it every 3 days because I had a bad rash and the products weren't sticking well to my skin. But now I can actually go a little bit longer sometimes, like 5 or 6 days, but the average for me is about 4 days if I want everything to stay clean underneath. I empty my bag, I would say about 5 times a day on average now. In the beginning, I emptied my bag probably about like 12 times a day because I had high liquid output, so it would constantly just fill up with whatever I drank, and I'd be in the bathroom emptying it all the time. But now I'm only emptying it about 5 times a day, so it's pretty good. I empty my bag a little different than I think some other people do, and nobody told me to do this, but I just figured it out on my own, and it seemed to work the best for me. So when I was in the hospital a few months ago, when I first had my ostomy, the nurses used this bottle of water. It's just like a cleaning bottle, a cleansing bottle it says, and it fits 8 ounces in there, and they would just fill it up with water every time they emptied my bag for me, like when I was laying in the hospital bed, and they would just squirt this like into the bag, and it would kind of clean it out because it gets like, sometimes it could get like stuck to the sides of the bag at the top, and I think that just irritates the seal, and it's better to just clean it out if you can. So I always keep one of these. I keep one upstairs and downstairs by my bathroom, and I just squirt this into my bag every single time I empty it, and it cleans it out, which I think helps me, helps keep the bag on for me longer. I also fold toilet paper, so I use like a thicker toilet paper. Here's one of them, and I fold it a few times, so it's like this, and it makes it kind of thicker then. So then when I empty my bag, I could just like clean sweep the inside of it and throw it in the toilet and flush it. Another thing that I use is this kneeling pad. It's like a gardening kneeling pad, so I don't really know where to get them. My grandma had one in her house, and I thought it was amazing because I always empty my bag kneeling on the floor. I know some people prefer sitting on the toilet, but for me that just didn't work well when I first tried it, so I've been kneeling ever since I got my ostomy. And kneeling obviously when I'm at home, but when I'm out in public I sit on the toilet or do like a weird squat thing over the toilet. But when I'm at home, I think this is the best way. So I use a kneeling pad, the folded toilet paper, and the squirt bottle, and that works the best for me. This one for me was really difficult to figure out for a while, and I was always like worried that someone else would see me in there, and like I don't even know what I was so worried about. But what I do is I normally squat like a little awkwardly above the toilet facing the wall, and just at like a perfect level I put down a few pieces of toilet paper so I don't get any like splash back at me, and empty it into the toilet. I have folded pieces of toilet paper that I'll fold beforehand when I'm in a public bathroom too. I'll just hold on to them or put them on top of the toilet paper roll, and then empty it that way. I don't use a water bottle or anything to squirt it out when I'm in public. And no, it does not. The bags are made odor-proof, so they're not going to smell through the bag. The only reason they would smell is if you had a leak, so that's kind of a hint to go change your bag. But when you empty your bag, obviously it still is like poop, so it's going to smell, but I just flush the toilet right away, so it's gone, and then there's no problem. And I personally don't really use it that often, But when I do, I have two of them. This one is the M9 drops, and they're blue. I was told they're blue just because some people didn't realize they were pouring the deodorizer in their bag, and they would just keep on pouring it in if it was clear because they couldn't see it. And Hollister also has a lubricating deodorant, and this one isn't blue. It comes out clear. The M9 drops are kind of like just pure liquid, colored liquid that have a deodorant in it, I guess. And I think they work really well for deodorizing, but if you have problems with pancaking or anything, it doesn't work very well for that. This I would recommend instead, and this is just a lubricating deodorant by Hollister as well that's not blue, but I think it works pretty well. I personally do shower with my ostomy bag on. I've showered with it off only like 3 or 4 times, and that was because I had a leak, so I had to take everything off, and it was messy, so I wanted to clean myself up all around there more than I could just on just with changing my bag. So I have showered with it off a few times. It's kind of weird, but it doesn't hurt it or anything. But it is a little messy. If you shower with your bag off, it can be messy because you don't control what comes out of your stoma, so it can just start pooping when you're in the shower. So if you do shower with it off, then I would recommend cleaning the shower afterwards. But I just shower with my bag on most of the time, and afterwards when I'm getting ready, it kind of dries on its own, and if it doesn't, you could just use a blow dryer on it and it should be fine. As I already mentioned, I don't like scrub or anything. I just rinse it out every time I empty it with this water. I used to empty my bag during the night all the time when I had my first ileostomy months ago. I used to get up like 3 or 4 times sometimes in the night to empty it, and that was a huge hassle, and I thought that was pretty much normal for everyone, but I didn't really hear other people talking about it, so maybe it wasn't. But then with my second stoma, I don't know if it was a difference in stomas. My last stoma was a loop ileostomy, and this one is an end loop. It's pretty similar though. This one I don't have to get up at all during the night, and it's amazing. Really, really amazing. I just empty it once before I go to bed, like immediately before I go to bed, and then immediately when I wake up in the morning, and it's fine. I mean, it does fill up and everything, but I don't have a problem with it. You just empty it in the morning. So those are all the questions I have to answer for now relating to ostomy bags themselves, and if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I will do my best to answer them. I may even make another video on them if I think it's a really important question. I will be posting more FAQ videos in the future related to other ostomy topics, such as traveling with an ostomy or diet restrictions, things like that, so stay tuned for those. They'll be on this channel. But other than that, I hope everyone is happy and healthy and has a great day. Bye!